Hello, this is Gail with Beaded Jewelry Diva, and today we are going to make some quick and easy earrings. I'm going ahead and blinging it up by using rivolis of different sizes and shapes. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you do, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up. And I'll go ahead and give you an idea of where I got some of these settings that I'm using today. But if you wanted me to start carrying them in my Etsy shop, just kind of leave a comment below or something like that, and I'll think about, setting these up so you can do your own earrings, the supplies. So anyway, without further ado, let's go ahead and see the supplies that we'll need for these. Let's go over in general what you're going to be needing for all these. You need some earring findings. I am using my quick change, earring findings. I do have a video on how to do these. The reason being is because I can change off my earrings real fast. So earring findings. Then you'll need a bunch of supplies. Now, since this is pretty much kind of a Rivoli / Swarovski / whatever video, you see I have a lot of different Rivolis. The smallest I have is, I think, what they call a 39 SS, which is roughly 8 millimeters. Then I have some that are about 10 meters. I think these are the 47 SS. And then I have the 12 millimeters, 14 millimeters, etc. You see that all these are in their little settings. I do have a video on how to put rivolis in settings, so you can refer to that. Then I also have some random bead types. So I also have some head pins, some chain. I'm not sure if I'm going to use that or not, but chain. And for tools, you'll probably need a pair of cutters. Well, you will need a pair of cutters. You will need some round nose pliers, some flat nose pliers, and we also may need some extra, like 22 or 24 millimeter, gauge of wire. So this is what we have to start off with. Before we go to the earrings, I forgot to show you this. If you have a Rivoli setting that looks like this, and you have a Rivoli and it's not set, here's the easy way to do it. Just get yourself some E6000 glue, put a little dollop, and I do mean a little, you don't need a ton of it in here. And try not to get it all over your own fingers. And put the Rivoli in. Let it make contact, and then just let it sit for about 10-15 minutes. So that's how you go ahead and put a Rivoli in one of these types of settings. We're going to start off with a super simple pair of earrings. What we have are some of the, the 10 millimeters, the 8 millimeters. I have some, I believe these are either 5 or 6 millimeter Swarovskis. And I have 2 pieces of 24 gauge wire. They're about 1.5 inches or 2 inches long. By starting a small wrap loop. So I've got a wrap loop, and I'm going to, and before I wrap it rather, I'm going to go ahead and put it on this piece of the Rivoli. So this is the one that has the double loop. And I'm just going to take it and wrap it, and I like to wrap it around like twice. And yes, I know my fingers are in the way, sorry about that. So wrap it around twice, and of course go ahead and snip it, being careful not to snip the rest of your wire. And then go ahead and trim it if you need to. Go ahead and put on your Swarovski. So it looks like this so far. Then I'm going to make another small wrap loop on the other end. So same idea. And of course, before you close it, you want to put on your other one. This is the one that has only the single loop. And here's something that you do want to keep aware of. You see that one of the sides has the Rivoli or the crystal, and the other side has the silver. You want to make sure that when you put these on, they're both going in the same direction. Yeah, first earring I did, of course, they were going in the opposite directions by the time that I got it all done and wrapped, so just be careful. So it may take a little bit to get it in. Okay, and before you go ahead and finally wrap it, just let it dangle a bit to make sure you've got it going in the right direction. Then go ahead and wrap. Anyway, here's my quick change earrings, or quick change findings. So I'm just going to slide them on. And we have a quick and easy pair of dangle earrings. For this set of earrings, I have 2 of the 14mm Rivolis in their setting. I have I believe this is the 8mm in a setting, and this setting has 1 loop on it. Doesn't have a loop on the other end, and forgive my fingerprints. You will need 2 head pins that have a ball at the end. I happen to use 2-inch ones because that's all I have, but you could probably use inch-long ones. I have 2, I believe these are 4mm silver beads, and I have 2 pieces of 22 gauge wire. These are about 3 inches long each. You'll begin by bending this into a gentle U. So just use your fingers, and what you're going to do is you're going to try to bring them together as close as possible to being the same length. Now, if they're not exactly the same length, it's no big deal, but try to make it as close as you can. And then you'll need to gently just squeeze it in a little bit more, because what you're going to do is you are going to take your Rivoli, and either one of these ends you're going to be slipping into the holes on the ends. So you've got to have it, close enough so that you can slip it in. And you're also going to have to straighten these out just a little bit, because when they go in curved, trust me, it's going to be difficult to get them through. So let's go ahead, straighten these out just a little bit, and push them through. It's easier when you turn them on the back. Okay, so now it's through, and I'm not going to pull it up tight. I'm going to leave a little bit of a U at the bottom. Then I'm going to take these and I'm going to bend them so that they cross. And then I'm going to take one of them and I'm going to bend it up straight. Oops, I guess I was a little off camera, so I've got this bent up straight. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and I'm going to wrap this around. I like to do it only once or twice. 22 gauge wire, so it's going to hold pretty well. So this is what it looks like from the front. And I'm going to snip that. So that's the back, and of course tuck it in. So, and then go ahead and put on one of the 4mm beads. So you've got it looking like this. Go ahead and make another loop up top, and you're going to make a closed wrap, and don't worry, it's going to be a closed loop. So you don't have to worry about putting it through anything. So I'm going to go ahead and make the closed wrap. I usually like to do it about once around, maybe twice. Let me do it. Okay, and I'll be right back. So I have my closed wrap, and this is what it looks like so far. I'm going to take my head pin that has a ball on it, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab it right at the end. Let's see if I can get this in focus well. Okay, so I'm going to grab it, and then I'm going to push it up. So it kind of forms like a little U. Then I am going to go ahead and put this through, and I may need to take the U back a little bit just so I can get this on. And there we go. I'm going to close it again. So we've got that. And then I'm just going to go ahead and do another wrap loop. But before I finish wrapping, I'm going to slide it on here. So I've got the top of my loop formed. Then I'm going to take it and put it through the bottom loop. So it looks like this. And then I'm going to wrap it shut. So here's what it's like, and I'm just going to go ahead and take my wonderful little quick change earrings, and there we go. So here is a pair. If you need something very quick and very easy, here's a set for you. What I've got is 2 bald end head pins. You could probably use just regular head pins if that's all you have. I have my 2 Rivolis. These are the 14 millimeters, and they have a loop on each end. Remember, these are the ones I glued in. And then I have 4 pieces of chain. These are about 2 inches long, and the only thing that needs to happen is the head pin has to be able to go through one of the links in the chains. So I've got one of my pieces of chain, and I'm going to take my head pin and I'm going to put it through one of the loops in the chain. Now I try not to do it exactly in the middle. I like it to be asymmetrical, but if you want to put it through in the middle, that's fine. And then I'm going to take another piece of the chain and do it again. So I've got something that looks like this. And then all I'm going to do is do a start a wrap loop, and of course I'm going to put it on here. So let me go ahead and do that for you. So here we go. Here's a nice set of earrings. This is just the Rivoli, and it has some nice chain dangles to it. So this is a nice, quick, and easy set of earrings to make. For this last set of earrings, I have 2 of the Rivolis. These are the square cushion Rivolis in their settings. I have 2 of, these are just sliders, I guess you'd want to call them, 2-hole sliders that usually used for bracelets or something. I have 2 sets, so a total of 4 of these Swarovski Crystals. These are, I think they're 4 millimeters. And I have 2 pearls. They're probably somewhere in the neighborhood of 8 millimeters. And then 2 end caps or bead caps. And then I have 2 head pins, bald head pins, and then I have 2 pieces of 22 gauge wire. These are about 4 inches each. Okay, this time I've got my 4-inch piece into about a U. So I've got 1 inch or one end a lot longer than the other. And I'm just going to go and put it through, same as always. There we go. And I'll leave a little space at the bottom. And then I'm going to go ahead and put on my Swarovski 4 millimeters, one onto each side. Then next I will put on my little sliders. So these are the 2-hole sliders. Just put them on like this. And then I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing that I did with the other 2-hole one. I'm going to bend each side like this, bend one end up, and make a loop. So let me go ahead and do that. For the drop on this one, you can see I have my bald head pin. I've got my pearl. I've got my bead cap. And since my bead cap had a fairly large hole, I added a 2 millimeter sterling silver bead here. And I'm just going to go ahead and put it on the end loop. Just the same as always. So here are the finished set of earrings. I think I like these best of all the ones that I've done in this particular video. I think it's just a little bit different, and I don't know, I like it. So anyway, those are the earrings that we've made today using the Rivolis and the crystals. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, I hope that you'll give it a thumbs up. And if you don't already subscribe to my YouTube channel, I hope that you'll do so. And just keep in mind that I'm more than happy for you to make all these earrings just as I've made them, but part of the idea of doing this is to also get you to think of these as a jumping off point, so that you'll decide to make maybe a little bit of change here, a little bit of change there, and make your own style of earrings. So anyway, this is Gail signing out saying have a great day and happy beading. Bye.